Good evening. I'm Sister Catherine Ryan. I'm here tonight for Maryville Connects. We're happy that as Maryville, an organization that has been serving children for 140 years, we're happy that we can be bringing you this program tonight, particularly focused on some of the opportunities with after-school and weekend sports. And I'm delighted that our guest is Kim Williams, who is our director at Maryville for all of this program. So Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
What is your current role at Maryville? And then I'll ask you about the sports.
Okay, so currently I am the program director for the CYO office, and that is sports for grade school and high school youth. On the high school side, it's for kids that are not in a high school sport. They are currently either they're not eligible to play that sport, or they are playing it and they maybe are riding the bench, so sometimes they want to get into something where they can be more active. But yes, it's, I would say, senior year through third grade. We have some second graders too. And then we also do community sports. So if you don't go to a high school or if you're not part of a church, you can be part of your youth group and you can still participate. So park districts, youth groups, those kind of things.
So I'm going to come back to that, Kim, but how many years have you been doing this?
Ooh, a long time. So I got hired in 1987, actually, August 1st, 1987. And Maryville was gracious enough to take over the office from the Archdiocese in 1992. So I've been with Maryville since 1992.
Terrific. And we want to make sure everyone knows this program is open to persons of any denomination.
Any denomination,
right.
Yes.
So, Kim, given your experience with sports as a child, is it a little bit of a surprise to you that this is the direction you've gone?
It was a big surprise.
And please tell our viewers why.
Okay, so when I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a veterinarian. And I knew, my mom said even before I could speak well, I want to act animal doctor. And so that's what I went to school for. And God had a different path for me. He knew that I could probably reach more people and more kids if I got into sports, which is my passion. I played every sport from floor hockey to basketball. Wasn't a big fan of basketball, but I played it. And it just ending up at CYO, my mentor when I was a grade school athlete and my coach, he called me and told me about the opening. And I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh my God, I could work at CYO? That would be amazing. And so I went down and I applied for it, and there were all these people applying, and I didn't think I would get it. And I got it. It was Providence, I think. And I love my job. I love working with kids. I love when they tell me I can't do it, and then they do it, and they have that look on their face like it's Christmas morning in the middle of July. You can't put a price tag on that. So for me, it basically was Providence. It was divine intervention.
Now, before you got this job, Kim, when you were in sports, did you have an injury that made you think you weren't going to be playing sports?
I have scoliosis, so I did not think I would be able to do sports, but actually the scoliosis helped me. I was a gymnast, and so it made me a little more flexible. But the blessing came with me even being here. When I was born, the doctors told my mom that, your baby's she's not gonna make it. And God had better ideas. I had a collapsed lung, I had a club foot, I had pneumonia. And so when I'm working with athletes and they tell me what they cannot do, I tell them my story and I say, if I can survive and be an athlete, then you can. If you're willing to put a little hard work in, you can do whatever it is. Your dream can come true. So I use my story to help other people maybe get over that hurdle when they are feeling a little defeated. Don't ever let life defeat you. You can do anything you put your heart and your mind to.
Well, a great message. And we
Yes.
want parents to know that your children have this opportunity. As Kim was just describing, there are ways to be able to safely engage in sports and excel at sports for whatever the child's level is.
Yes.
So now let's get into some of the sports that you have.
All right.
I know you said you weren't as wild about basketball as some of the others, but basketball is one of the areas of CYO, right?
It's a big area. So when the Bulls won the first championship in 1991, At that time during CYO, we had softball and basketball. We had the sports we had now. We even had a little volleyball. But once that championship happened, basketball took over the world, especially here in Chicago. So the basketball league went from a 4-week league to pretty much year round, and it was grade school and high school. And basketball, I love the sport. I'm just not good at it. So I travel. I was a track star, so I could never dribble as fast as I could run. But basketball, the basketball league on the high school level is pretty special because a lot of the kids that are playing in it, they got cut. So they were told, oh, you're not good enough to play this sport. And so they go to their parish or their youth group and they say, hey, we want to play. And so they get together with their friends on the weekend and they play basketball and everybody plays. There's no bench, everybody gets to play, everybody practices. And it's such a community thing. The kids appreciate, I can play with my friends. If I need to have a job, I can have a job because it's not every day. And it's just, they get so much out of it. And most of the kids go through all 4 years. So they'll start as a freshman and they'll play, the prep division is freshman, sophomore. And then they'll play varsity, which is junior, senior. And they play year round. We have girls teams that play sometimes. It's harder with the girls because that's their volleyball season. So it gets a little more difficult. But yeah, it's, these kids love it. I mean, they start contacting me about the Winter League in September. So they're excited to play, and it's December through the middle of February that they get to play.
And I'm sure parents are wondering, where can they play?
Well,
where are the teams playing?
So right now we have teams that play primarily North Side. So we have a league at Maryville, and we have a league...
That would be Des Plaines.
That would be Des Plaines, yes. And we have a league in Glenview. We have a league in Chicago, and we have a league in Park Ridge. I am hoping to expand that. And we'll talk about the Peace Corner a little later. But I'm hoping to have a league on the west side as well, and then hopefully one also on the south side. But we've got to have gyms agree to let us in. That's been the struggle, because they want us to have security and all of that, and we don't always have the money for that. Because we try to keep our costs down so kids can afford to participate.
Afford to meaning... Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Peace Corner.
Yes.
But the idea is that we want to be able to cover these costs, a lot of it with donations.
Yes.
But to have many gyms to support is a challenge. But we want to have gyms that are accessible to many parts of the community.
Correct.
So,
and we want kids to not have to pay to be able to play.
Exactly. So you mentioned volleyball. Is that
Yes.
another sport of CYO?
It was for a while until basketball, kind of the Bulls took over the world. And it was co-ed volleyball on the high school level. So I would love to start that again. But, right now I'm getting a little pushback because, they want to, is that going to cut our basketball time or is that going to mean we can't be in the gym? Not necessarily. But I would need more facilities for that. So, yes.
Okay. How about track?
Okay, so we just had the track meet. The track and field meet is a grade school event, so it's for 8th grade and under. And we had 359 athletes at the meet. There were 15 schools there. We had it at Chicago Hope Academy. It kind of moves around depending on what, the weekend that it is, because it runs in conjunction with the IESA meet. And so I can't have it on a Saturday because then I'm eliminating kids, so it has to be on a Sunday. And it's a great event. There are 40 events, and the top athletes in each event, they come out, and there's so much talent in our state and in our city. Watching those kids perform, I was a track star. I ran track for 9 years, so I understand where those kids are coming from. They go past, and you just go, wow. I mean, it's so exciting. And I love that they're starting even younger. We had second graders at this year's meet competing against 6th graders.
Oh, my.
And a 3rd grader actually got 3rd place in the 800 meters. So small but mighty.
And so for the track meet, how do the children prepare?
So
I would assume basketball, and if we're volleyball, we've got teams.
Right.
What about track?
Track is the same. So they participate, they sign up at their school. So these are grade schools that sign up to come to the meet.
Or youth group.
No, for the track meet, it's just schools.
Okay.
So it's Catholic schools and public schools. The youth groups do the parish-based sports. So like they would do basketball or they would do volleyball. Okay. But for grade school, because it's an IESA, it's like the way the state is organized with grade school, that's schools only for track and for cross country.
Okay.
Yes.
And so how many did you say were at this track meet?
359 athletes.
That's wow.
Yes, it was a lot. And it as much as that is, we've taken a little bit of a step back with COVID. Across the board and across all 50 states, athletes are slowly getting back into athletics. So before COVID, there would be 500 athletes. Since COVID, we were 250 and then we were 300. Now we're 359, so we're rebounding, which is great because I want as many athletes to get that opportunity as possible.
Well, that's great. All right, now what about cheerleading?
Cheerleading is my love sport. I was a cheerleader and a gymnast all through grade school, all through high school. Cheerleading, though, is kind of taking over the world. There's a world championships for cheerleading. They're talking about making it an Olympic sport. Cheerleading is year-round. So right now I'm doing camps and clinics and choreography because what happens in the summer is high school teams and grade school teams, they learned all their, like when they compete, they learn their routines and they bring in all these other coaches to help them learn. And then once school starts, they start competing. High schools can't compete until November because it's an IHSA sport. So, but this is the time for all the camps and the learning. And I'm super busy in the summer doing all the camps and clinics, but it's so much fun because I get to teach kids how to tumble and gymnastics and things and jumping and stunting, and they throw each other in the air. I get to teach all of that. And kids are amazed at what they can do. So I get to watch them learn and conquer their fear. If you're the one going up in the air, you got to trust those girls under you. And it's a lot sometimes, but I tell them, take it easy. You can do it. Just relax. I'll be here to catch you if you fall. I do a lot of catching, but at the start, and then it becomes, okay, I can do it, Coach Kim. I can do it, and the girls, and that event too, we have kids as young as 8 in cheerleading, 7, and it goes all the way up through high school. And then some of them do all-star cheer once their high school competitive seasons are over. All-star cheerleading is a whole new world. It's super expensive, but school cheerleading, the schools pay. So it's pretty much minimal cost for the athletes.
So if someone wants to sign up for cheerleading, how do they do that?
They would go, it depends, so if they want to do school cheerleading, they would go to whoever the gym teacher is or the coach at the school. If they want to do all-star, then they would, Google whatever all-star gym is in their area. And there's year-round athletics, cheerleading for all-star, but there's also postseason. So you could be a high school or grade school cheerleader, and then you would transition into all-star once your school season is over. So it's basically you just contact, it depends on what level you want to do. If it's school, you start at the school level, and if it's all-star, you would contact that all-star gym.
Okay, so let me do a quick round with you of how children sign up for, or parents sign children up for each of these 4 area sports working with you.
Okay.
Okay, so if we go back to the basketball, parents or young people watching this program say, I want to be part of that basketball program. How can they sign up?
They would either call me on the phone, or they can send me shoot me an email. It's that simple.
And we have, if you're not sure how to reach Kim, we have a website for Maryville Academy, and you can go on the website and write into the website and let us know you're trying to reach Kim Williams.
Yes.
Or Kim, how can they reach you personally?
Yep, they can just call my phone.
And it is?
312-491-3534. And I will answer it. And I actually, for the high school league, I would say 40% of the contacts are from high school boys that, I heard my friend plays. And so they'll email me or they'll call me on the phone and say, I'm Henry and I'm from this school. And, and so I email the child, or I should say the high schooler, and they get the team organized, and they get a dad to coach, and they have a team. So it's pretty easy. If you want to participate, I want you to. I will do my very best to get you involved.
Okay, and now what about volleyball right now?
Volleyball right now, we're trying to make that happen, but it would be the same process.
Okay.
It would start at the parish or the school level, and then we branch out from there.
And cheerleading?
Cheerleading is If it's high school, you start, or grade school, you're going to start with your high school or grade school coach. And then if it's something that you want me to do, I do a lot of clinics and camps, you would just reach out to me and call me. I get a lot of phone calls from coaches. They want to start a program, and that's my forte. So I'll go out to the school and we get them started. I'll bring the rule books and all that and teach them what they need to know. So yeah, so whatever the sport is, if you want to get started, I'm the woman that you would call. I was going to say your go-to girl. I would love to help anyone that is interested in doing athletics.
And then the track, how they sign up?
Track is the same way. It would start at the grade school level, because track and cross country are grade school events, and they would go to and then the coaches typically for grade school, they're the ones that contact me. It's not the athlete. For grade school, the coach or the pastor or the athletic director is my contact person. For high school, it's usually 40% of the time it's the athlete that will contact me. Yes.
So now, Kim, we want to share an opportunity for the summer.
Yes.
In the Austin community. Mm-hmm. So would you please talk about Open Gym?
Okay, so Open Gym actually started in 2016. And what Open Gym is an opportunity for our young people on the west side, Austin, West Garfield. And sometimes we have kids that even come from Inglewood, but they may be staying with relatives for the summer up in that area, to participate and play safely. So the west side home court is what it's called. Home is harvesting opportunities for motivation and empowerment, because we always want our young people to feel empowered. We want them to feel like they're at home, so they're comfortable in their environment. We want to provide opportunities so they can grow and learn. We want them to be motivated, because a lot of kids feel like sometimes they aren't as supported. And we want them to feel empowered, because once you're empowered, then you can take control of your own destiny. So that HOME acronym, when we met with kids, they kept saying, we really want to feel like we're at home, home, home. So I said, okay, that's the name of it. We just needed an acronym. So it's Harvesting Opportunities for Motivation and Empowerment. And it's a free program. So it is Monday through Friday. It's for 7 weeks in the summer. And kids can come in the gym from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We started with it being grade school kids in the morning and high school in the afternoon, but we realized that a lot of the high school kids have to babysit the younger kids. So we don't want to say, drop them off and leave. So we just let whoever comes, they can stay for the whole time, the more the merrier. And the kids get to play, we let them dictate the play. So we have books if they want to read books. We have music. We have board games. We taught all these kids how to play Uno, and they loved it. They had never played Uno. And it was Tinkerbell Uno. So they got to push the button, and Tinkerbell's wings would flap, and they loved it. And they can read. This year, we will have a STEM program. We'll have drones. There'll be so many different areas that kids can participate in. But the best part about it is it's in a safe environment, and they can play however they want to play. There's the only rules or regulations are you have to play nice and you have to play fair. But there's no cost. We are hoping to also have lunch programs, so maybe we can feed the children as well. But it's them coming into an environment feeling safe, feeling free, feeling empowered, and they can play.
And clearly, you've been telling about a lot of the activities. Mm-hmm. The gym mm-hmm. is available for the entire period, 10 to 4.
Yes.
And so the young people are wonderful young people can come in and use the gym mm-hmm. with adult supervision.
We have coaches that will be there. We will have 4 summer coaches plus myself that will be there. And we will also have Peace Corner staff there. And there are also other areas. There's like a TV room where they may want to watch movies. So we can have movies and popcorn there. Every kid is not an athlete. So we have a room with computers in it. So we can maybe teach them how to use computers and things like that. There's a lot of different opportunities. It'll be great to be in a location where we have more than just the gym. So, because like I said, some kids, athletics is not their thing. They may want to just learn how to do coding, or they may want to learn about mathematics or things like that. So we'll have other areas besides the gym that they can participate.
And so this summer we began at a new location, which is the Peace Corner.
Yes.
On Madison. So would you like to just...
It's 5022 West Madison. And that location, so there's a gym, there's a lunch room, there's a computer room, there's a playroom for kids that are a little younger. There's like toys and games in there for them. There's a little eating area. There's a front area so kids can just lounge if they want. It's going to be home for sure. So at your house, you have a kitchen and a bedroom. Oh, the kids won't sleep because they'll be playing.
No bedrooms.
But no bedrooms. But there's so many rooms that kids can participate in different activities in. So it's not just a gym. So we want to build a comprehensive program so that kids can do sports or read books or learn about coding, have a STEM program, chess maybe. It's whatever we want. But the Peace Corner is such a nice environment because there are so many rooms that we can put young people in. So sometimes with the gym, if we have our younger kids and our older kids there at the same time, rather than split the gym in half, maybe we'll have the young kids watching movies and things while the older kids are in the gym, and then we can switch it up. And the older kids maybe can go to the computer lab while the young kids are playing in the gym. So now we have options to build a more comprehensive program.
So I think what we want you parents to know, and you young folks who might want to be part of the open gym, is that it's a structured program in the sense that we have adults, we have coaches, we have 2 youth mentors, and it's a welcoming space. We want you to know that. We are grateful that Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Chicago made available for us the Peace Corner at 5022 West Madison, in which to have this summer open gym. It's open gym plus, as Kim has just told you.
Open gym plus.
So how can anyone sign up for open gym?
So you can sign up.
It's already started June
17th.
But you can still sign up.
You can still sign up, and you can either just come. We'll get there at 9:30. Open gym is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. So you can just come. If you're the young person, bring a parent, or the parent, you can bring your young person, and we'll have the permission forms right there on site. And you can sign up on site. If you want to email me or call me, I can send it to you in advance as well. And that way you just show up and you already have the permission form filled out.
So you want to give your phone number again?
Sure. My phone number is 312-491-3534. I will even give my email address.
We should do that, yes.
My email address is my last name, Williams, so it's Williams, the letter K as in Kimberly, the number 4, at maryvilleacademy.org. So Maryville is MARYV as in Victor, ILLE, academy.org. So Williams K4 at maryvilleacademy.org. And if you go on the Maryville website, you can also access me. The CYO page is there, so my contact information is also there.
So let me just say a word. Some of you might be saying, why would Maryville be offering this program? Maryville, we're 140 years this week. Kim, you don't look like 140 years.
No, I'm 141, but I look good for my age.
So we're 140 years this year. We began as an orphanage for the children in the streets, and now, of course, we don't have an orphanage. We have residences for children who are not able to live at home for whatever reason. We have family support programs, including a crisis nursery and a healthcare facility for children with certain kinds of medical needs. We have behavioral health services. We have recovery homes. We have quite a number of services that we offer. The idea is to provide opportunities for children safely and to support families. And so how logical, of course, and how important that one of these opportunities is for our young folks to enjoy sports and other learning in a safe space as part of the program that Kim leads.
The open gym, yes.
So we invite you year-round for the 12 months worth of programs Kim's described. If you are in the vicinity, we invite you for the open gym.
Yes.
And Kim, in the couple of minutes we have left, I'd like to ask you another question. Parents really care that their children have safe and enjoyable activities, which I think you've just described.
Yes.
How do we keep them physically safe during the sports? We want to ensure that children are playing, they're going to have a good time, but what do we do in the program to make sure that as they're playing, they're also not suffering all kinds of injuries.
Yes, we make sure that we're giving them proper instruction. So the coaches that we hire they can teach whatever the sport is. Most of them have coached all the sports, so as well as myself. So we don't, even though it's open gym and it's open play, we are there to instruct and make sure that kids know, because a lot of kids may not know how to play basketball, so we can teach them, or volleyball, or ping pong, or whatever that sport is. So we also provide the instruction. Yes.
That's great. And our coaches are from the community.
Yes.
So oftentimes they already know the young people who are coming.
Yes.
They're wonderful coaches and, as Kim said, experienced.
Yes. And they really care about young people.
Right.
They really care.
Now, parents, as you think about whether your young folks would like to do this, what would be, Kim, if you can help here, what would be perhaps the main question some parents might have that we haven't addressed yet?
Probably is my kid going to want to participate? And what I found with young people is they will always be a little bit leery, just like adults, of things that are new. But when given the chance, they will surprise you. So even if you don't think it's something that open gym is something they may be interested in, bring them for a day. You know, if they decide they don't like it, then okay. But I don't know any kids that don't like to play. So I would imagine they would probably have a good time.
So that's certainly what we've seen.
Yes.
In these years. So we're really grateful, Kim, that you took the time to be with us today.
Oh, my
and
pleasure.
Talk about these opportunities. We know that it's very important for our children to have an education, and so we certainly support school activities for our children.
Yes.
When they're not in school, we want to make sure that they're also having good opportunities, safe opportunities, instructive opportunities, and enjoyable opportunities where they're with very good role models of adults in the gym and in the programs that Kim has just described.
Yes.
So we invite you to think about these programs for young people. Young people, we invite you to think
come on
about
down.
being part of it with Kim.
Yes.
I think you can see Kim's passion and interest, and
We would love to have you.
and I guarantee you'll have as much fun as she's showing right now.
Yes.
So
yes.
thank
You'll
you.
have a great time.
Thank you very much for joining us for
Thank
Maryville
you.
Connects.
Thank you.